Yo, what's going on YouTube? So I've been PC gaming last 5 years or so. Got into it initially because of car simulators, driving, drifting, all that stuff. Always played shooting games, came from consoles, and I switched to mouse and keyboard from the controller when I came to PC. So in the beginning, first couple of years, I was just on the simulator all the time. So I was playing shooting games, mouse and keyboard, but I wasn't playing a lot, and it's picked up over the last couple of years. Started playing a lot more shooting games, getting a lot more used to actually using a keyboard and not hitting the wrong keys, this, that, the other thing. Probably, I want to say like a year ago, I was just on Facebook one day, and on my feed was what's called an Azeron, or an Azeron Cyborg, I should say. Azeron's the company that makes this, and they basically make a keypad that has a joystick that allows you to move. So instead of using like WASD on a keyboard and having three fingers do that and having to just constantly be moving and doing weird stuff to get the right results that you want, this enables you to use your thumb and move around with a joystick like you would on a controller. And then you have an absolute shitload of buttons to click and map for whatever you got to do on all your fingertips, both directions. It's absolutely nuts. It is a 3D printed product. It's not cheap. It was in the realm of like 300 after like shipping everything sent to my house when I got it. I don't remember the exact price, something like that. What really made me decide to pull the trigger on this now versus like a year ago or so when I first saw it was they incorporated a Hall effect sensor for the joystick now, so you can't get stick drift anymore. So something as expensive as this, that not being a factor like it is with like almost, they're not all controllers these days because now they have actual good controllers with Hall effect sensors, but that's not a problem essentially for something this expensive. I felt that was a really good step for them, and I'm pretty sure I just said it was 3D printed, but it's a 3D printed body on a lot of things. So some of the base parts are like molded plastic, and they're not 3D printed. Um, but a lot of the arms and all the places like where the buttons are, the keys themselves, 3D printed. Not that that's a bad thing. It's honestly a really nice, high quality product for what it is. I have no complaints. It has tons of adjustment. You adjust where the arms are for your fingers. You adjust there's like these knob like knuckle rotation kind of things that you can loosen up and rotate to like literally anywhere you want. They have these little like splines on them, so you can get it like angled however and then lock it down and it doesn't move. I can't remember dude's name. I was watching some YouTube video, and I guess some of these splines can wear out over like a long period of time if they like move a little or something and it's like clicking in and out. And he was saying that like if that were to happen, get it set up, dialed in like how you like to feel, which can take a while. It took me almost an hour with tweaks even after to get this to all the right adjustments and everything to fit my hand well. But he was saying to just like super glue these little spline knob adjustments and they won't move at all anymore. So that is a solution for that. But I've used it for like 2 or 3 hours. I got it yesterday. I have no idea if I'm gonna have to do that yet. The build quality, really good. I got a medium, or no, I got a large, but so they have you measure from the tip of your middle finger to like right below your wrist, and mine was literally like right on the cusp of being a medium or a large. So I got a large on the off chance that a medium would be too small and it wouldn't feel as good. And I don't know if that was 100% necessary because a lot of these adjustments I have in as far as they can go so I can reach them well. Um, so if you're like right on the cusp of being a medium or large, that's something to think about. If it's like you think you're closer to medium, you might probably want to get a medium actually, from my experience so far. but I did get it sized up right. It's perfectly fine. I don't have a problem with it. The mapping in key choice. So I just took the game I play the most, which is Call of Duty, and instead of going and changing, like when you pull up the Azeron software, you can map these keys to any keyboard function. That's basically how it works. Instead of like them having like specific names or something, it's just like mapping. Like if you wanted this straight click down key to be J, you make it J. You like whatever you want. So I was just going through my settings in Call of Duty, looking at the keys that I already have mapped on a keyboard. So on the off chance I ever go back to keyboard, which I honestly already don't think I'm gonna do, you could, and it wouldn't you wouldn't have to like change everything all over again. So I was going through and being like, all right, this key for that, which one on here would I want to use? And I had seen suggested that basically like the straight down clicks, the bass keys, and then these ones, the pullback, like the lower pullback keys, are like pretty go-tos, and I would agree they are the easier ones to click with the way that your wrist like rests on this thing. So I ended up switching what I had mapped on like these two like alternating keys at like an hour into it. It messed me up so bad. Get like your most used keys mapped to the keys that are the easiest to click and feel the most accessible to you. Honestly, like even like the keys that you like flick your finger up to, they feel great. The key clicks are light. They're not like something that you really have to apply a lot of pressure to. That is slightly a detriment, I would say, almost in terms of like accidentally clicking things, but that's more, I think, a muscle memory problem for me right now than anything. It's easy to not accidentally click them. I just got to get used to using it. I've only used it 2-3 hours most. That's pretty much it. Just map. Don't change the keys in the game. Change the mappings in the Azeron software to match the keys in the game, like however your keyboard is. It won't matter because you're putting them wherever the hell you want anyways. It's not like it's a specific location on the you get to choose which location it is. So you just match it to that. It's a little bit of process, but honestly, everything with this is kind of a little bit of process. It's definitely more of a niche thing. It's something that I would recommend. Like if you look at this thing and you're like, that looks cool, I think I want one. That you're more in the territory for buying one. If you're like just getting into it, maybe not get one. It's definitely for the price. It's hard to justify when you can get a keyboard for like a couple $100 less, and it'd be a pretty damn good keyboard at that. So it's definitely not for everyone. I can say that right now. I definitely think it's really cool. I have been adapting to it faster than I honestly thought I was going to. It's been going much better than I thought. I definitely am fumbling keys. I'm not. It's not like I'm just like boop, but it definitely has gone better than I thought. I thought there was gonna be like a week, 2 week process, but I'm already getting kind of dialed with like my movement. I was just like running around on certain maps, like just running like routes that would like put me places that I had to slide, jump, like do things to jump onto weird ledges, like anything that like was training me to click the right keys, like just get the muscle memory to not have to like think about, oh, I need to click this key, like just instant, like no thoughts. I was definitely, when I would spawn sometimes, just instantly W keying, which is just pushing down on this key, which doesn't make me move at all because you move with the joystick on this thing. You could move with this stuff. You don't have to move with the joystick, but that's weird. I don't know. I feel like I would never do that. That's like kind of not the point of getting this, I feel like. But if you wanted to, you could do whatever the hell you want. If you're coming from console to PC gaming, you want to use mouse aiming, but not learn keyboard, this might not be a bad choice. It might be like honestly the goat of all choices that you could possibly pick. It is expensive, so that's whether it's within your budget or not for sure. But if you're going from console gaming to PC gaming and you played with a controller, but you want to use mouse to aim, this thing is the sauce. I would highly recommend it at that point, I would say. I don't know if I'm gonna put it in this video or if this is just gonna be just this video, but I might put some gameplays of me using it, have like the camera on this of me just clicking buttons. I don't know. It is what it is. It looks cool. It's obscure. Not a ton of people have them, I feel like. Probably 6 months to a year down the road, maybe I'll do like another video on the build quality after using it for a long time, if anything started to get weak or anything like that, if I've changed any of the keys, or if I just decided to like get it set roughly how I thought felt good and left it. If I still like it and even use the thing, maybe I went back to keyboard. I don't think I will. I was getting pretty dialed in yesterday pretty quickly. It feels cool to use. It just feels cool. It's hard to explain. If you like drifting cars and you know about drifting cars, a lot of people put their handbrake up vertically, and then there's like the street style handbrake where it's down by your seat like it would be in a normal car. It's kind of like the difference between that. They both work. This one works fine. It's steering wheel, bam. You're ready. But realistically, when it's down at the side, it just feels cool. It's that simple. This feels cooler than using a keyboard. 100%. There's literally no question. So yeah, we'll see if I put any gameplay in this video. Maybe this will just be this video. I very, very likely will do the continuation of this video further down the line, probably a year from now, I would have to guess, on how it's doing, my thoughts again, if I would recommend it more after getting properly used to it and not making this video after setting it up and barely using it last night after work. But yeah, this is the Cyborg II Compact. I'm just realizing I never said that. They make one with arms that like come up, and instead you like flick up and hit the button. If you go on Azeron's website, you'll see it. They it's sick. I can't lie. It's sick. I If you think you want it, check it out. They got the Hall Effect joystick now. I mean, like, can't really go wrong. I think they do 60-day returns. If you didn't like it, you could have it for like 2 months and try and get used to it. So check them out. Azeron. Catch y'all later, man.